Elmo for me, please. So you'll notice that we started off with 100 squares in our whole grid, right? So he's going to put it all back together like we started. And what we want to do is we want to make 3 equal groups because we're trying to find out how many squares are in 3 equal parts, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 100 squares and we're going to divide it into 3 equal groups. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have group 1, group 2, and group 3. And if you would please take your rows of 10 and divide them into 3 equal groups. So Cody. So what Cody's doing is he's putting a row of 10 into each group until every group, okay, every 3 groups has the equal amount in each group. Now, how many rows of 10 are going to go into each group? Lily? 3. Do you have any left over? Okay, so right now, Cody has 3 rows, right? So right now, he's placed how many squares into each group? Ernie? 30. So he has 30 squares here, he has 30 squares here, and he has 30 squares here. And how many do you have left over, Cody? 1. So what we want to do with that 1 is we want to cut up the 1 row into 10 equal squares. So go ahead and take that 1 row and cut it into 10 equal squares. So that 1 row, you're going to cut it up into 10 equal squares, and then we'll be able to divide them into each group. Let's let everybody have thinking time, please. Once you have 10 equal squares, divide them into your 3 equal groups and see how many you have in each group so that everything is equal. So you'll notice Cody has taken them one at a time and putting them into his 3 equal groups. So right now it looks like he has 33 in the first group, 33 in the second group, and 33 in the third group. How many of you guys agree that there's 33 equal squares in every group? Okay, so we put 3 in the first group, 3 in the second group, 3 in the third group, and Cody, put the remaining up above. So he has 1 extra square, right? How are we going to divide that 1 extra square so that every single one has exactly the same? Hunter? Tell us.
Oh, you're going to divide it into a third.
We're going to divide it into 3 equal parts. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the square and we're going to cut it so that you have 3 equal parts. Go ahead and do that now. So we're finding the percentage. The best thing you could do is put your target skill, Hannah, and then tell us exactly what you're doing. So that, this is what I want you to think of. If I was at home, I could look on understand what I'm writing. As
So
an
I write
absent
that,
student.
and then I write whatever.
So notice Cody is putting his third here. Here's 1/3. Here's another third. I'm trying to find your other one. Is it right here?
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we do not have an actual whole square here. We actually have, what would we call this?
A third.
A third. And here's a third. And here's a third. So, how many equal parts does each group have, Amanda? What? Not 3/3. Let's look. We have 33 and a third. So, 1/3 is equal to 33 and a third out of how many? 100. And over here, this group has 1/3 or 33 and a third out of 100. So what we're saying is we took those 100 squares and we divided them into 3 equal parts. And when we divide them into 3 equal parts, what we're saying is we have a third of the whole thing, or 33 and a third squares out of the whole 100 that we started with. So over here, do we also have a third? Yeah. Or we have 33 and a third squares out of 100. Are we in per 100 now? Do we have a fraction over 100? Yeah, and if we have a fraction over 100, we can automatically convert the fraction to a percent. So when I say a third, what's the percentage if you have a third? Jillian?
33 and 1/3%.
33 and a third percent. Okay? Can you stop the recording for me, Cody? So let's look at this as a picture. 1/3.